because you always just got to attack it when like defending.
I think like
people deluded. I'm back again.
Come on, Ian. Come on. Thank you, Ian. Right, I'll take it from here. Happy Black History Month on the way, people. Well, we're here. Happy October, people, as well, man. I hope October and the rest of the year is filled with greatness. Now, obviously, Arsenal play Olympiacos later today. We'll be doing a watch-along for that. Join me at 7 p.m., I believe, because we kick off at 8. I did a video kind of going off over, you know, Eze, Odegaard, Gyokeres, Mikel Arteta's tactics against Newcastle, the mentality and things. That should be out now. I've posted it. This video, when we're done here, will take you there. So, yeah, even if you're not going to watch it, smash the like button. Let's keep going. Big up you lot. Now, how's everyone doing, man? Don't forget to smash the like button as usual. Big up Derek, because as the man's kind of alluded to, he's in Australia. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night, wherever you lot are tuned in, man. So, yeah, I hope everyone's blessed. I hope everyone's doing well and safe. As H has said, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the, I don't know how you do a bell with your hand, but hit the bell so you don't miss streams and uploads. What is good, people? What's good? Talk to the guy, man. Talk to the guy. But, yeah, we're going to go over Mikel Arteta's press conference. We're going to go over little ones and bits and pieces. I did see an article before we went live, like the transcript about VAR with Newcastle. Admittedly, the way I feel right now, I don't really care what they have to say, and I don't want to provoke anger in myself and you guys, man. D, thank you for becoming a member again. Watching you before work, DG. Big up the 9-to-5ers, man. Edward, safe shift. Come on, my guy. Appreciate you, man. Now, don't watch me, man. Do something productive, man. I'll be here. Well, my content will be here when you're done, man. So, yeah, big up my members, my mods, my long-term supporters, my silent viewers, even though I wish you would start YouTube. Open the YouTube account, smash the like button and subscribe and turn on the notification bell. But we might as well crack on, man. Now, there's some interesting fallout talking points from Mikel Arteta's press conference, which we're going to go over. You can see all these tabs. Mikel Arteta on having no excuses this season. I'm aware the moment I step in this chair, what I want with this is club. What? I'm aware the moment I step in this chair, what I want, I think it just means with this club is to win major trophies. Nobody else has to put that line into us. That's the ambition from day one, and the excuses, they've never been part of my life. Big up the gaffer. So no excuses. Let's get over the line, people. He did speak about our defense. The level of commitment and love for defending the boys have put in is spectacular. They have understanding, and hopefully we can build from that, because that helps you win games and win trophies. What do you lot think of Pires, people? Pires has said he believes Mikel Arteta will be sacked, or we would move on from him if he fails to deliver the Premier League trophy. I fail to believe that. You know, Robert Pires, the footballer, love you, mate. World-class player, top-class player, legend, you know. Made my childhood what it is. But you as a pundit, just you talking about football, I don't know if I can take your opinion seriously. You said Jeremy Doku's better than Saka. I don't know, even though Doku's found a bit of form. We have spent over 250 million. We brought 8 players in, some notable ones, as you know, Noni, Martin Zubamendi, Victor Gyokeres, etc. I want to know specifically what he said. He's been here for 5 years, and unfortunately, the title has eluded him. What's important for the fans is the championship. Money was spent in the summer transfer window. He made certain demands which were met by the Arsenal board. If Arsenal don't win the championship, I think there will definitely be a change on the bench. It's not going to be easy because you have Liverpool, you have Man City who are there. Chelsea won't be far behind, but I think Arsenal holds the cards and they have the players to win the title. Fair enough. What has he said about Gyokeres? He scored goal after goal in Portugal. Today in the Premier League, the defenders you face are much tougher and much rougher than in the Portuguese league. So it's not easy. And then, well, Arsenal has this desire to be champions of England, so it's not easy. Fair enough. He ain't really said much there. Pardon me. So 6 wins for Arsenal, 6 wins for Olympiacos. You think the first draw will be tonight? Angelos, you never know. It probably is. But this is what I mean. Like, I never knew that. But for some reason, when I hear the word or the name Olympiacos and Arsenal obviously playing them, I might still be burnt by the Europa League settings. But it typically throws a spanner in the works, if I'm honest with you. And to be fair, for the Cypriot community, there's probably a lot of Greek Cypriots, Greek Arsenal fans that probably got an affiliation with Olympiacos, quote unquote. They might be conflicted. Same way there must be Turkish Liverpool fans out there. I expect to win. I expect to win, man. Like, let's just what we did last year in the Champions League is what I need to see this year, specifically the league phase. Just maneuver, just get through, do what needs to be done, and we just cut through, man. And we know after this against Olympiacos, we've got Atletico Madrid. Now, on paper, you would probably think a draw's more likely against Atletico, and they've been finding their shooting boots. What they got, like 9-10 goals in their last 2 games. I expect to win. I'm sure these lot drew with Paphos, who are down to 10 men now. Obviously, no 2 games are the same, but we should be winning. What's going on with Hincapie, DG? Didn't we bin Tommy for not being available? It's true, but Tommy's got a body of not being available. Hincapie's just got here, really, really and truly. So allow him. I hope Mikel Arteta has spoken about him. You know, I am keen to see what Hincapie could be like at left back or left-sided centre-back, but left back to go with, obviously, Calafiori and Miles Lewis-Skelly. Bro, genuine question. What are your thoughts on Per Mertesacker and his running of the academy? We've gotten a few good talents in the first team squad. Anything more you think he can improve on? Difficult question. Good question. And obviously, I'm not on the ground at London, Coley, but naturally, I think one thing we could leverage a bit more, and it is difficult, is getting the best of the rest. So what I mean by that is there might be a talented lad at Birmingham. There might be a talented lad at Reading. Bring him in part of this, because I think Chelsea do that. Chelsea's kind of how Chelsea go about it is very different, isn't it? And there's obviously geographical advantages because technically they fall under London and Surrey. That increases their catchment area. Away from that, Mertesacker's doing his thing. So yeah, maybe we could recruit better. I think we could recruit better. I think personally our under 19s and under 21s, bar the cage, the individuals, I think it needs to be more like we need a stronger squad, if I'm honest with you. We're currently, last time I checked, we're a goal down against Olympiacos. And respectfully to the boys, you take Max Dowman and a couple of these boys at under 19s, on the 18s level out, we don't look the same. I don't think our Champions League youth league phase, like last season, has started well. So I think maybe be a bit more competitive there. Obviously, in their part, do better ways of making more money from the academy. But other than that, I think Mertesacker is doing his thing. And I don't want to be disrespectful to Mertesacker because he's the face of it. But like, you have to give credit to the coaches that will never know their names. The guys that have been, they're probably a coach, they have been there 10, 20 years, you know, worked with all the players we're seeing in the first team now since they were little kids, probably needed their diapers changed. So yeah, man, the academy is doing well. You know, it costs 2 million to run the academy, 2.5 million, I believe. In terms of literally keeping the lights on. And, you know, God forbid, but if we sold Max Dowman, how much are you getting? You're getting millions, right? Same for Miles Lewis-Skelly, same for Wanyeri. You could even say, you know, the Ballagans, the Iwobis, this one, that one. They've progressed all the way to the first team, made a lot of money. Joe Willett made a lot of money, and then is what it is. Don't lose any more talent, the likes of Cheeto in heaven. I'm not going to lie, D. Everyone's going to lose talent. Even Chelsea. Chelsea have lost some. Well, they lost Musiala. They lost Rio to Liverpool. We're going to lose players. We have lost players. Everybody's going to lose players. Like, that is just something that's a dynamic with youth football now. So there's always going to be players that are going to slip through the net. You're always going to lose players. And to be fair, there has been times we've lost players, and I thought, what's gone on there? The club made a good offer to Cheeto in terms of money and in terms of the pathway. You wanted to go Man United. Your hands are kind of tied. Best of luck to you. Heaven, he wanted to go. As much as I wanted to stay, and I would have loved him to progress to the first team, and I wouldn't say he's playing week in, week out for Man United, but you've made your debut there. You've played in a quarters or semis in the Europa League. You've done things that you weren't doing at this club. And to be fair to Heaven, like, it's very difficult. If we just look at the defensive options, you know, because he can play left-sided centre half, and he also can play left back, and he can obviously play left back, right? Think about the people that are in front of you. Even if you don't rate these players, you've got Miles Lewis-Skelly just signed a new deal, probably 30, 40, 50 million pound player now. Hincapie's just been brought in for big money. Calafiori's an Italian international. Centre half, you've got Magalhaes, you've got Ben White, you've got Timber who can play. You've got a bunch of options. So it probably just didn't make sense. We did lose Dan Casey. I'm not really crying about that. It's a shame because he had a very good end to the season. Don't think he's going to make the grade here, or was going to make the grade, but he's gone to Crystal Palace. Wish him all the luck. He had a very good season, man. So yeah, man. Speaking of talent, where's Cheeto? His agent, who's also Saka's agent, messed him up for money. Not true. I can tell you for a fact that's not true. I won't expand too much on that. And that's something, not saying you, James, but that goes against agents. Not true. If somebody does not want, if your client does not want to stay at a football club and he wants to cut, you're obviously going to get him the best money available. Obviously, at the time of going to Manchester United, it looked, quote unquote, like a clearer pathway. You've got Ruud van Nistelrooy in your ear. Rightly so, man. You're not going to tell you everything under the sun. And at the end of the day, it's nothing. Because let's just assume, which he's not on. Let's just say he's on 40 grand a week. You know, he's on 40 grand a week. they've probably given Arsenal, because he didn't make his debut for us, couple of £1 million, as mad as it is, in compensation. That might seem a lot for the youth guys, but he doesn't necessarily. United got, every Premier League club's got money. That's pennies. If he progresses to the first team and becomes their out-and-out striker or an option, then that's bloody fantastic. If they sign him for a couple of million and sell him for a couple more million, that's life. Me personally, I think he needs to go out on loan. I think the Danish, because he plays for Denmark at youth level, the Danish under 21s gaffer was basically like, he gave an interview and he's saying all the things he needs to improve on. Mikel Arteta is cold, man, but it was just never going to happen here for you. And you're doing well for yourself. Even that, you got Mikel. We should have made more money on him, but he took him from Fulham and he's doing his thing. Cheeto's getting even less minutes with the current United team. Exactly. And that's me, apart from money, and if they've got in your ear, and obviously clubs are going to promise you everything. If they've offered you money and they've offered you a pathway, bearing in mind, never made his debut here, made his debut there, I understand it. But for me, if I was his agent, which I don't know, I know a couple of things that go against this, what people are saying, but you're better off going to a team with less resources. Obviously, I don't know if they got the finances to pay the compensation, but Man United just brought in Sesko for 70-odd million. Since he's been there, they've brought in Sesko, they've had Højlund and Buemo and Cunha can play up front, probably missing out some. You're better off going to a team with less resources. Obviously, all these Premier League teams have resources, but they're less likely. Like, United could buy another striker next season for 70-odd million. We could buy a next striker, like someone that isn't likely going to do that, if I'm honest with you. For me, he needs to go and play men's football, be out on loan. I think I don't think your speed of thought is, and I don't expect it to be there. It's not there. I do wish he stayed, especially because I just feel, I think there's been times you would have got minutes in, etc. But got too big for his boots, isn't it, man? Whereas he just got here. That's like City being in Turkey for getting injured. Should start looking at fresh left back via the academy. It's true, but you remember Ashley Cole and Gibbs, accidental defenders. In fact, going back to that question about what we could do, I'd also say, can we take a leaf out of Chelsea's book? And I know people don't want to hear that, or even potentially City's, in that obviously Heaven's gone to Man United, but he's a Haylender. Miles Lewis-Skelly, another one. Like, it's not an accident. I'm using the term loosely, but he's a centre mid. He's gone left back. Ashley Cole wasn't always a left back. Gibbs weren't always a left back. Cool, that kind of thing happens. But I think we can kind of make all-rounders a bit more, if that makes sense. Like Chelsea, City, these men are pushing players through. It don't really matter if you're a goalie, a centre mid. Do you get where I'm going? With Arsenal, you kind of know immediately off the back, if you're them creative midfielders, attackers even, you're more likely to come through. Why that is, I don't know, man. Do you think we can improve on loaning out players to get them guaranteed minutes and guaranteed positions? 100% we could get better at loaning people, but I do think we've got better in recent years, but I think we could get better at that, really. It's difficult, though, man. We've come a long way, because I remember, like, years ago, we sent Dan Crowley. I can't remember where he went yet, but we played a 4-2. Under Wenger at the time, we played 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. You're then sending someone on loan in League One, where he's a technical-based footballer. They play 4-4-2. He's playing out wide. Now, of course, there's benefits with playing out of position, learning stuff, just the dynamics of men's football, experience, like proper football versus academy football. It don't make sense. So, yeah, that is something, man. Exactly, DG. Just like Hutchinson, he just got out of Chelsea, which was good for him. It made sense. Because at the end of the day, Hutchinson never made his debut for Arsenal. He did for Chelsea. He probably got paid a lot. Clearly, don't get it twisted. I'm sure Chelsea tell players this. You might make it here. If not, we set you up for a career. Went Chelsea, did what he needed to do. They made their profit. They're laughing. He's a Premier League footballer now. So these kind of things is what I guess we could get better at, man, generally. So, yeah, man. What has Mikel Arteta said on Gyokeres? Smash the like button. Keep your questions coming. Appreciate you lot, man. Told my brethren in Jamaica, Hutchinson made a wrong move for his development. It's on the face of it. Again, another thing, he did not make the wrong decision going Chelsea. Chelsea paired you up with, I'm not going to say his name, but at the time, a player that was in that first team, which played in your position. You did get paid handsomely. They told you about they were quite clear and honest with your career trajectory. And like, we hope you make it here. But listen, we'll expose you. You'll go get some football. You'll develop. And you'll be a Premier League footballer. There you have it. So, yeah, man, we could get better at that. What has Arteta said on Gyokeres? I loved it. I think he's speaking about the Newcastle game. I absolutely love how he took it. He went on board. Not a single moment when he's showing frustration. I told him you're going to get some decisions, some others not. stand up. You're going to have 2 or 3 players around you in many moments. The ball's in the air and a lot is going to happen. I mean, we knew that was going to be the case with any striker that side for Arsenal, much less Gyokeres. But I loved his reaction. I love the way he handled the situation emotionally, and as well because he was involved in a lot of dangerous moments that he created. He was very much involved in them. It's a pity that he didn't score at the end because, in my opinion, he fully deserved it. True. And if I'm honest, one thing I did like with Gyokeres, and it's dumb, but just the way everybody, but the way he celebrated when we scored the winner. What have we got here? We want everything. William Saliba reveals lofty Arsenal ambitions after signing a new long-term deal. Season kicked off in August. Speculation over Saliba's future quiet in October to go with what we hope Saka and obviously the young bulls. There was a time this would have dragged on as an Arsenal fan. This would have dragged on. Well, to be fair, I said if Edu was here, you could forget Wanyeri, Miles Lewis-Skelly, William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, Saka new deals. We'd still be trying to get Gyokeres through the door in October, and we'll be talking about, oh, if we can just maneuver with Trossard as a false nine, Marino and Kai Havertz, we'll get there. We should have bought Ollie Watkins. We'll be doing all of that. But what has Saliba said, and he's never been shy away. I don't think he talks arrogantly, but I like the way he speaks. He's never hidden. Like, I want to be recognized as the best defender in the world or one of them. I need to win trophies. The fans want trophies. I want trophies. Time catches up with everyone, you know. On the face of it, Saliba's 24. But we can all remember when we signed him. And then you're going to blink. My man's 30. Look at Saka growing up right in front of us. Right in front. Our young son's got a girlfriend and all of these kind of things now. Remember when he was just a baby-faced left-back? So we need to get over the line in something. We want everything. We play every competition to win. I feel at home here. We have a good team. We have good staff, good coach. We're always close to winning something. So I wanted to stay and win titles with this club. And then he went on to say, in every position, we have one more player you can start. Everyone on the bench can start the game as well. True. It's good because we are pushing each other to be better. If you haven't smashed the like button, please make sure you're smashing the like button and subscribing, folks. You know what? It's family settings time. So we're going to change this into subscriber mode. But yeah, let's carry on with this. Can't disagree with any of that now. I did some good things on the pitch. Last few years, but I want to keep going. You have to fight. In this team, we have good defenders with me and good players on the bench. It helps us. Facts. Where's the trophy thing though, man? I'm so happy when my teammates score a goal, especially when the game is not easy and we score the winner. I don't know how to describe it. I become like someone else, bro. Biggest passion merchant in our club. I love him. I'm so happy. That's why I always celebrate like this. A lot of things to improve. I'm 24 and I can do much better. So yeah, man, we love to hear that, people. Olympiacos, some will remember when, you know, you can see the picture. I perfectly remember when we scored the goal, when we conceded the equalizer, the last chance we had in the last second of the game as well to go through. What happened after that as well when Vid hit and everything. Damn, let's banish those old memories, man. Our next 6 games starting today: Olympiacos at home, West Ham at home on Saturday. We will be doing a watch along. Fulham away, Atletico Madrid at home, Crystal Palace at home, Brighton at home. I think Brighton's in the League Cup. Obviously, Atletico and Olympiacos are Champions League, and there's Premier League. So we're going to have to fight. Every game's a cup final. Olympiacos, I expect to win, but I don't think it's going to be as plain sailing as I'm kind of alluding to. West Ham, it needs to be, but the wounds are still fresh from last year. Fulham away, same logic. Atletico Madrid finding their goal-scoring boots, known as a defensive side. That'll be interesting. Nobody really wants to play Crystal Palace. They're in a good moment, good run of form, good players, good gaffer, but we need to be winning that. And the League Cup, we need to be getting through. Brighton's an annoying team as well. And their manager loves doing this whenever they get some level of points against Arsenal, which is crazy. What else has Saliba said? To be honest, I was not really focused on clubs from the outside. I was just focused on here. I knew that I wanted to stay here for more years, so I was not really focused on other clubs. So I'm happy to be here, and I signed a new deal, so full focus on my club. As you said, Trent Alexander-Arnold, won titles with Liverpool. Me, I didn't win anything here except the Community Shield. I've done nothing for this club to think about leaving, which is interesting. So it's unfinished business. When we do win, what will you say? I won't go as far as to say you've done nothing, but I like that mentality. I want to stay here and win a lot of trophies. I love this club. I cannot leave this club without giving them, the fans, something back. My first choice was to stay here and win everything else. So you will go to Madrid one day. Hopefully it's like a bit like, well, we need money, so not Trent or with Cristiano Ronaldo way. Create your memories. Best of luck, man. Our under-19s lost 2-0, went down to 10 men. It's another horrible campaign. To be honest, as a collective bunch of players, I don't think our youth academy is good enough to go anywhere significant in the Youth Champions League. I'll be brutally honest, man. But our first team, Saliba said, we have a good team. We play well. We are good. We only miss trophies. The team and I will give everything to win this title. Of course, the people won't remember you if you win nothing. So at the end, it's trophies, trophies, trophies. When I arrived in 2020, I didn't play for 6 months. Then I went on loan. Of course, sometimes you have doubts. Yeah, maybe I'll never play for this club. But at the end, I told myself that I cannot leave this club without playing. I didn't give up. I went on loan. I played games. I came back here and I started almost every game. So yeah, I'm so proud of myself. That means that you must never give up. That's what I did, and I'm proud of myself. We say if the club sends you on loan a lot, maybe they don't need you. But at the end, it's football. Sometimes you have good moments. Sometimes you have bad moments like this. And you know what? Your journey, it helps you really, because it ain't been plain sailing in life. If everything just works, we're in issues, in it. And you have to be strong in your head and always believe in yourself. That's what I did. Even in bad moments, I kept believing in myself. And when I came back, I had some chances to play and I played well. Fair enough. I love that humble arrogance from Saliba, if I'm honest with you. Like, he don't think he's better than anyone, but he thinks I'm meant to be here. I love it. What has Mikel Arteta said here before we get into all of his press conference? He's provided updates on Odegaard and Gyokeres. What's going on with Gyokeres? He was we've gone over that with the decision making. We've gone over that. Oh, I thought Gyokeres could have been injured. What has he said here? In a really natural, organic way, I would say he's a really confident boy. His work ethic is incredible. The demands that he puts in himself every single day, it's a joy to work with him. He gives so much to the team, and the ceiling is very, very far, but he can still give it to the team. I'm so happy for him. I can't say anything about Martin Odegaard there, but okay. We'll go over specifically everything Mikel Arteta said. Obviously, I can't imagine it'd be concerning if Arteta said something different, but sorry, people, need to finish this. Everyone's obviously going to be happy. Yes, big news. Very happy. Congratulations to Willie. Fully deserves this new contract. His contribution to the club, to the team, has been phenomenal the last few years, and I'm very happy to keep the spine of the team with us. On our players believing they can win trophies and committing their futures. First of all, they feel they belong to this club. They feel very attached to it. They share the same ambition with the club. Obviously, they feel valued. They feel loved here, and they want to continue their careers here, which is great. On the impact of a late win over Newcastle, well, great energy, obviously. The moment you go into the dressing room, everybody is celebrating, especially because the manner and the way it happened. You have to move on immediately, and you know that we have a very tough match tomorrow, which is obviously today against Olympiacos. On potential fitness, he said, yes, no surprises. Hincapie and Noni are still out, so no news. The rest is all good. What's going on with Hincapie, man? Because it feels a bit Ben Whitey with it. In that 1 minute you're here, then you're not. Get the likes up, hit the like button if you haven't. People don't feel like I'm airing you. Bro, are you concerned with our training methods? I just feel it's been one too many injuries to question that at this point. I mean, naturally, when you see these injuries, you got to question everything. You got to question how the players are looking after themselves, training methods. Obviously, I think there's a lot of conclusions drawn about people getting injured in training. And forgive me, but it could be something, but no one's there. Nobody's there. Maybe it's recovery, maybe it's training. Even last season, people were saying that. But then Mikel Arteta said something interesting in the press conference, and he was like, when like the games are coming thick and fast, we're actually not training like that. And also, I'm also of the belief, obviously, adjust it, like be sensible. But I like football and the Premier League in the modern day is intense, right? It's very intense. You got to run, you got to do whatever. I believe you have to train the way you play, I guess is what I'm alluding to, quote unquote. I don't think you can passively train in training and then go to war and be gladiators in games. I don't think it correlates like that, if I'm honest. So I guess you have to question everything. Could it even be the players? Because one thing I give the players, they always fight tooth and nail to come back from injury ahead of schedule. Sometimes there could be issues there. Maybe it's rotation with Mikel Arteta. Maybe it's the demands. Maybe nothing to do with Arsenal or Mikel Arteta or the players. Maybe it's something that affects not just them, but every footballer in the world, really. Like the games there's too many games. And it sounds mad because we all love football. But if you're Declan Rice, Saka, Cole Palmer, who plays for England at Liverpool, let's just throw in Curtis Jones. You're looking at 38, potentially playing 38 Premier League games, right? Let's say 50 games when you start throwing in all the other club comps. So you're playing about 50 games. Then you throw in your country and everything else dependent. You're looking at 50 to 70 games. It's ridiculous. And also, you look at people like, I mentioned Chelsea and Palmer. Bro, did they not just play in the Club World Cup? Many a team. They don't care about these footballers' fitness. They don't. So maybe that's something. The only solution I see is, what do you mean? Rotating better, trying to get better in terms of fitness, and just having a bigger squad. And that extends not just to Arsenal, but everyone, if I'm honest, man. It's a shame that, well, we knew Noni was out. We know about Hinkipi. Unfortunately, is Odegaard here to start now? Is he ready? Do we see Eze and Odegaard together? He was very good. He came on, and immediately you could see the desire and the responsibility to get in the game to try to change it. His decision making, the way he approached every ball, and he made the difference to help us win the game. Rice's balls in led to a lot of corners as well. On if there's greater pressure on us in the Champions League this year. Well, we have the same ambition, which is to go game by game, try to be better than the opponent, which is very difficult in this competition, and win as many games as we can. Tomorrow, we're going to have a really difficult one. We know how important the home form is going to be to reach in this phase where we want to arrive. And tomorrow, we have the opportunity to start well. On being on top of contracts for players, we love it. Big up Andrea, Berta, and everyone else connected. We don't need to waste time on that. You would have seen on social media the whole RAF pilot stuff. He did say you're a bit late. That was 2 years ago. The plane's already gone. On if there was a fear that Saliba wouldn't sign a contract, probably more than the length of the contract, it's the will of the player. You can understand that some players have a dream. Some of them is to play in the Premier League. Some of them is to play in the Premier League for Arsenal. Another one can be to play in a different country for a different club. So you have to respect that. I think we've been really, really lucky, but it shows the power of this football club and how much people love it and want to come here. None of that is happening, even if they had the possibility to go elsewhere, they wanted to remain here. On if he was always convinced he would become the player he is now. Well, I think it's a great example. To get where you want, there's not a single pathway. Facts. It can happen in various ways, in various manners. Because when you talk about this pathway, you talk about loans. I think it's a great example. To get to where you want, there's not a single path. What? Have they not just copied and pasted that twice? Come on, Arsenal. Someone proofread these things. So there's a lot that has happened, a lot that William had to go through, and the club and myself with him as well, to get to the point where he is today. And that's the beauty of it, that sometimes things don't start the way you expect, but sometimes it's the best thing that can happen to you to get you where you want to get. On if he's aware of the noise around the club in terms of having no excuse. I'm aware the moment I step into this chair, what I want with this club is to win major trophies. No one else has to put that line into us. That's the ambition from the first day, and the excuses, they've never been part of my life. So that's him answering, but not necessarily answering directly, but that tells you everything. On his first European tie as our manager against Olympiacos, we went through that, but another full circle moment. Yeah, big up us for removing the tunnel. That was a great idea. He did speak about Mertesacker and Max Dowman. We know how good Max is. He did say his first conversation with Mertesacker regarding Max Dowman, I would say a year and a half, 2 years ago. So they've been aware, and that's going to happen, not just here, but elsewhere. We've gone over the Gyokeres thing. We've gone over that. On what Eze brings to a central position compared to Odegaard. What do you lot think he brings? Well, I think he's got this different quality that he does things that in the book, they're unexpected. When you think he's going to turn right, he goes left. When he thinks that he's going to take another touch, he releases the ball. It's his vision. He's a player that can create those magic moments. At some point, you can steal the ball in a way that not many players can do. Lucky that we have a few of those, but the more we put him in central positions in those conditions, especially when there's threat around him, we're playing to his strengths. Indirectly, that might tell you the game states that we'll see Eze exposed to obviously playing centrally. And also, if based on what he said about getting threats, if that's not necessarily the case, you might see him put out wide. On how he's adapted to life at Arsenal, Eze, very good. Personally, it's a very special character, someone really easy to get on with, super intelligent. I've been very impressed by how quickly he picks things up, the questions he asks, how smart he is just to navigate through a different environment, the chemistry he's generated with his teammates, the way he's impacting games for the short period he's been with us, I think really positive. On how we learned from our previous encounter with Olympiacos, yes, because they have a really good side. They have a really, really good manager, which I know since I was 13 because he was my coach at that period. Damn. And I know how he works, how efficient he is in what he does. That's why I'm saying tomorrow is going to be a really tough match. Or what makes our back four so good? Well, one is chemistry. I think there's something about, especially when we talk about centre-back units, that it has to exist. It has to be the will, a feeling to play for each other and basically to hide each other's weaknesses and promote each other's strengths. True. And that's the ability that they have between them. And they have developed. They like to play with each other. They love each other. That's a massive thing when you're asking your backline to produce what they're producing at the moment. And they both signed new contracts. Big up yourself, Berta. Even Mbappe couldn't lure Saliba to Madrid. Tell him to come over here, man. DG, keep pushing the shorts, quality stuff. Algorithm always popping up in my feed. Will do, my boy. Will do. P, tell them again, man. Big up P in the building. Have you guys hit the like button? If you haven't, unexpected high bills, man. Kwame, done know, my guy. Even passing wise in the 10, Eze just lets the ball go to the right place much quicker. That's the thing, man. It's weird because they've both got pros and they've both got cons. I do. It depends. I think I want to move Odegaard deeper. Arteta might rob himself of the pressing and whatever Odegaard does on the edge of the area in the opponent's half. But I think the team you'd even rob him of goals and assists, but the team would get a lot. I think the one difference is because they're both very different, but there are similarities. Both got high IQ, both technically proficient. I would probably say Odegaard's a better passer. Eze's a better dribbler, better at the neat little 1-2s, does things quicker. And that's actually the main thing for me. You look at the ball he put over the top in what led to the penalty with Gyokeres, and obviously the assist for Martinelli. I think and actually you could say not in the Forest. I think he attacks space. I think he's very good in tight spaces, and I think he attacks space if you sit off him. And I think Eze makes decisions a lot quicker. Like he sees it, does it. I think Odegaard has that pass in his locker, but he's going to wait and wait and wait. On the counter-attack, though, because we ain't really seen it for years. Odegaard's in his bag. I don't know, man. I would love to see them play both together. I actually wish Odegaard could play as a wide playmaker because you can put Eze out there and on paper he's out wide, but he's still in central areas. Maybe just get them to swap in games. And obviously, I do want to see, dependent on the game state, either Rice or like one of Rice or Zubimendi, and then Odegaard as either side, or maybe I'm going too mad with it, but maybe just one day, dependent on the opponents, just get Wanyeri, Eze, Odegaard all on the pitch. Do what Wenger did, man. Saka could take a day off for one game. You know what? For the culture, Wanyeri play right wing, invert that. Eze's there, Odegaard's there. Probably get, Max, get him in, man. Odegaard has way better IQ, in my opinion. Eze more direct with it. But even Eze's IQ is cold, though. It is cold. I think it's kind of even. Yeah, it depends. It's good questions. I don't know, man. I don't think there's anything that necessarily, I don't think either's clear of the next one. I think I'm more looking, big up Odegaard for what he did off the bench against Newcastle, but I think Eze's more my sort of one, because if backs are against the wall, I kind of Eze's going to roll his socks up a bit more, if I'm honest with you. Odegaard just, again, it's easier said than done, but we just need him to stay fit. We just need him to stay fit. This whole stop, start, soldier injury, and I'm not a physio or whatever, yeah, but honestly, for God forbid, if Odegaard either today, God forbid, once again, or on Saturday goes down and there's anything with that shoulder, it's a surgery thing now, man, because you've popped it back in twice now. Obviously, surgery on your shoulder means you're going to have to sit down for a while, but might as well do that then, if I'm honest. Eze takes it slightly because he has a better weak foot, in my opinion. But these lefties, they never want to use their right. Saka only use it when he wants to score screamers. DG might be a bit controversial, but signing Willow is great. But keeping him till 2030 will be a horrendous mistake and is definitely a cash cow for Arsenal. So path to his replacement has to happen. Charles, I hear you. Naturally, whether that's Mascara, whether that's the next one, but him and Gabriel are not going to be here forever. So you need to have that. And I hear it, Saliba might make us mad money, but I don't want to sell him just to make 100-odd million quid. Obviously, if he, the way I think it's going to go is Arsenal, by God's grace, we win a Prem or two and the champs and we create some good memories. He wants to go Real Madrid, Bob's your uncle, let's go and do that. But if he stays, innit? Like, as much as I think that has to be 80, 90, 100-odd million pound player. Well, who cares? If you stay here till the end of that contract and you do your thing, well, and with our track record, probably find the next one. Keep buying these defenders. Thing is, Eze and Odegaard midfield balance would be brazy, maybe the right opposition. Then yeah, horses for courses. Odegaard has that intangible ball that no one else can pull off. He just needs to be more direct sometimes and stop trying to find that type of ball that isn't there. I think that's the slight issue with him. I hear it. Big up Boston in the cut. Wanyeri should be in our first squad. I think Odegaard needs to be deeper. We need him to break those lines. Interesting dynamics. I think he can break lines, but you also got to remember, yeah, I'm not here to criticize the manager, but sometimes some of it could be Odegaard seeing it, not doing it. Some of it could be the manager's not telling you to do that on that occasion. Some of it is you're just following their instruction. Even passing wise in the 10, Eze just lets the ball go to the right place much quicker. I love Eze, man. He's like a cage baller, man. DG, maybe we need a better. You know, I can't say that word. Gene Kelly's tapping boots. What a name. Yeah, we're not gonna. Kinless. Yeah, bro. Someone help me. I guess it's not just training, but maybe the way we train, the way they use muscle ligaments and tendons could be an issue. I guess everything could be up for debate. Didn't Brooke Norton Coffee got sent off? Damn. Everything. Naturally, you have to look at everything. Mr. Burt has got to be busy. Just get Saka a new deal. I reckon Timber's gonna after Saka. I think Timber's the next one to get improved deals. He deserves it. Like, if I'm Timber's agent, I'm definitely calling Arsenal. I'm like, he's still on that same contract from a few years ago. He came back from that ACL. Everyone in football is rating him. He's doing his thing. He's bench Ben White. Put a couple more zeros on that. Will Timber, Rash, Gyokeres, our biggest runners, get some rest today, DG? Also, international break coming up. They're always there for their teams also. I hear you. But for me, if I'm Arteta, it's the same way, but rightly or wrongly, if I'm an international manager and I might have Saka, I might be too cool and Saka's here. And I know Saka's been playing bare for club and country for a minute. But at the end of the day, I need to protect my job. I'm trying to win World Cup qualifiers, or I'm trying to win friendlies. I'm trying to, because I'm not training these guys day in, day out. I'm trying to see the relationships that develop on the pitch. I don't really give a flying monkeys about what Arteta has to do. I'm playing him. Same way if you're Arteta, bro, you're playing your players. At the end of the day, you get 6 points now this week in both comps. Is great. If you rest players, it goes left against West Ham, then it is 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Really, we hope Liverpool drop more points, and even if Liverpool drop more points, so for me, run the best team out there. Of course, we can be a bit cute and clever. I think there will be a couple of changes in the Olympiacos game. If I had to bet money, I actually think maybe Miles Lewis-Skelly and Martinelli might start. I don't know where we're at with midfield. Does Odegaard come in? Eze's legs might be spared from the off, just so he can obviously play against West Ham or start against West Ham. Does Eze even start left wing potentially? And Odegaard comes back in that way. I don't know. But this is now that period where Arteta's got a box clever, and it won't surprise me because obviously no two teams are the same, or everybody's got different things to concern themselves with. But when you look at it, like Liverpool, it didn't work, but they had Isaac on the bench, Salah on the bench. You know, they kind of rotated. Chelsea the same. Obviously, João Pedro got sent off after coming off the bench. So that's two very different teams. It wouldn't be too far-fetched to think, you know what, we've all got kind of similar schedules. In fact, Chelsea more because they had the Club World Cup. Maybe you're going to see Arteta do that today. Arsenal need to keep the Newcastle win spirit up. Do not end up like Galatasaray win over To be fair, though, man, I think they're having teething problems. Like, you've had the working formula last year, and obviously, like, it could work, but it's a radically different new Liverpool side, and you can see the issues. I'm sure he had his reasons. I don't understand the Szoboszlai right back and Frimpong right wing back kind of thing. You know more about football than me. You're a Premier League winning manager and all that kind of stuff, but it was just mad. It was just mad. It didn't really make sense to me personally. I think Gyokeres will start. Yeah, I hope so. Get him a goal, man. If he scores today, he's definitely scoring against West Ham. All evidence is pointing to the training regime intensity. Just look at the new players getting knocks. I hear it, man. All of these things got to be up for debate. But for me, I can't draw conclusions because I'm not there. Obviously, if you've been living under a rock, by the way, William Saliba has signed a new deal at Arsenal. Odegaard on his fitness and Champions League excitement. What has he said here? It was a really satisfying and deserved victory for us at Newcastle United on Sunday. Mentally, we faced a proper challenge, especially after the VAR review early on. Then they scored with their first chance. Then we had to dig deep. So, yes, it was tough. And I feel like we've taken another step. We've improved and we've learned from previous games and years. Also, looking at the squad now, smash the like button, folks. In every game, we have players coming off the bench and making an impact. I feel like we're just stronger overall. Get me a left winger. We're cooking, you know. Get long term. Get me a left winger. Between now and next summer, get me a winger. Get me a number 8 with different qualities to what we have, like a proper number 8. Couldn't tell you who. Get me a left winger. Get me an 8. I know Marino's here. I know Kai Havertz is here. I know Gyokeres is here. I think there's scope for a backup striker, especially if you flush some players out. I don't even think we need defenders, but it feels like everything we touch defensively turns into gold. So just buy defenders for no reason. I don't care if you have to loan them out. And then we're lit. And I want a 35-year-old journeyman goalie like Scott Carson for no reason. I don't know why I want that. I just want that. He might be good in the dressing room for the lads. But yeah, people. So yeah, he's right. So yeah, it was tough. I feel like we've taken another step. We've improved. Oh, sorry, we've gone over the stronger point. From a personal point of view, it felt so good to be back. I feel like I haven't played too much this season, so I was really keen to get back, especially in this game. It's a bit of a different situation because this is not like an injury where you're not fit and then you are fit, but the shoulder feels good now. It's been 2 weeks. I feel a lot stronger. The pain is fine now. It's been more about getting that strength back, and I really feel like I'm back there now. So hopefully I can get back into rhythm, get some minutes in games consistently. On Sunday, I was sitting on the side, keen to get on as we were losing. We got the first goal quite early after I came on. Trust, they talk about Odegaard and say captain's performance and he doesn't turn up. Give him it. We know he's got a lot of question marks. The man turned up at one of the toughest away grounds in the Premier League with all of the contexts, but that don't fit the narrative. Some would say that's a captain's impact. Don't fit the narrative. And not just him, because one man can be as inspired as they want. Everyone stood up to be counted. I just think, personally, you can criticize footballers and criticize them in isolation. And you can praise them in isolation. You play good, flowers. You play shit, question marks. Life's simple anyways. So big him up. And people say he ain't got mentality. Why would he want to come on? Fair enough. You know I'm biased when it comes to Odegaard, the class region. Tonight is about the Champions League again. I feel like we need to take that confidence from last season and how we played in the competition. We had a really good run in the competition in the Champions League. I really got a taste of it. Being so close to the final makes us so determined. We all know what we want, and that's to win it. And that's the second player now that said to win it, to go with Saliba. It's amazing to be back in this competition at the Emirates again, to use the energy you all give us, because every game is so important. I love these nights in the Champions League. They're beautiful games to play. I'm sure everyone is really excited for it. And we need to keep up the momentum. We need to win games because we want to do what evidently we said there. The Champions League phase is relentless. You can't be complacent. You got to be with it. And to be honest with you, I know we've got Pires and Olympiacos, respectfully to both them sides. We need to be winning that. You got back with that needs to be a banker. Because we've got Atletico and Bayern. I'm not expecting to win all of them, but let's just get a clean run, man. I think we're moving to Bayern Munich. I'll be so honest. But anyways, he's right, man. We need that. We've had one season already with this format. The way it's set up now, it doesn't feel like a group game. It's more that every single game is important in the league. And we have the same mentality for every match, which is to try and win it. Exactly. I'm on that. If there's any rest in the Champions League, it has to be in that Pires game, which you can't even sleep on them. I did check out the video I did when this wants to be kind enough to load. I did focus on this with Declan Rice. You know, against Newcastle, we had 105 touches, 75 passes completed, 17 line-breaking passes, carried it 260 meters, covered 11.3 kilometers, obviously got an assist, actually got involved in the build-up for the first one. People don't want to talk about Declan Rice. He was a monster in the second half. Apparently, Saka could be about to join the Premier League elite by signing a new contract that puts him among the top earners in the division. Is that breaking news? If Saka isn't getting that anyways and doesn't get that when he signs a new deal, then something's probably wrong. I don't know why this won't load, but, you know, hopefully it doesn't. Yeah. We don't want to get copyright. Eze believes something special is brewing at Arsenal. The energy around the place feels different. It's an exciting time. Let's just work. I'm not going to stop this agenda to try and get Semenyo to this football club. Day 31 of me begging Berta to sign Donny. Apparently Spurs, United, Man City, and Aston Villa are all keen on signing Semenyo, who signed the new deal in the summer. 25 years of age, 4 goals, 2 assists. I think he's taking his game to another level. His decision-making, his ball carrying. You can actually knock it long to him for flick-ons. He's got a mean long throw on him, can hit a free kick. Got the stardust. The only bad thing you can say is every January you're going to probably lose him in it because he's going to probably be playing with Ghana and AFCON. And he was an Arsenal fan. I must admit, I am staring towards that. I kind of just want Premier League players now. Bring me Semenyo. Who else? Morgan Rogers. Aston Villa fans are getting on to you, you know. Give Berta a call, man. We're changing people's lives over these sides. Pardon me. Allegedly, Arsenal have been watching Real Betis midfielder Pablo Garcia, Hoffenheim defender Bazamana Toure, and Eintracht Frankfurt winger Boye in recent weeks, sources have told Give Me Sport. The three players are understood to be among several talents observed by Arsenal scouts as part of the club's ongoing European monitoring program. Scouting don't mean necessarily we're moving for Dons. The same source also told Give Me Sport that both Arsenal and Real Madrid have sent scouts to watch Sociedad centre-back John Martin, who continues to attract attention following a strong spell of performances in Spain. Do you know what? With the international break coming up, we might do little scouting videos around them. In addition to their checks across La Liga and Bundesliga, Arsenal are scouting Scandinavia heavily. Obviously, you can get players very cheap out there, sell them for peace. with staff attending fixtures across multiple European leagues in the region. That makes sense. That area is viewed internally as increasingly valued in terms of player development and long-term recruitment planning. Okay. So we're just looking at stars for tomorrow. That's cool. Arsenal coach suspended by UEFA for insulting incident days after joining the club. The game's already been played, but David Horseman has been slapped with a suspension. Fair enough. What did he do? Either way, he served it, so it doesn't really matter now, does it, people? That will be out again. Check the video that I've posted, people. You need to see this. You need to see this. I went over this in the video as well. What's this? Saka ready to make. Oh, sorry, Arsenal ready to make England star one of the club's top earners. Again, Saliba signed. We're expecting Saka to sign, people. He's into the final 2 years of his deal. Bring him, man. Bring him that new contract. Declan Rice said David Beckham DM'd him after the 2 heroic free kicks against Real Madrid. Must be a pinch me moment. Apparently, Arsenal Emirates Stadium expansion, new capacity, design, and timescale. I mean, we all know there's plans to expand, and you're probably going to see Arsenal in some next limelights as well, because my man, who's that new director who works in entertainment, naturally, we're going to leverage that as well. So it'd be interesting to see what happens there. Arsenal starlet could become youngest ever player in the UCL. Check out the top 10. Fair enough. Forget that. Dalman continues with the chance to make history in the Champions League at 15 years of age and 247 days. The English youngster could become the youngest player to compete in a match of the competition if he takes to the field this Wednesday against Olympiacos for the second round of the league phase. Hopefully he does it, man. Hopefully he does it. Not sure what I was trying to find there. Well, do you know what? Seen a lot of this guy. Barcelona wonder kid João Fernandes has no intention of listening to offers from abroad. He wants to stay at Barcelona and develop. The 17-year-old, regardless, apparently has interest from Chelsea, Manchester City, and saving the best till last, Arsenal Football Club. We'll have to see how that one goes. And we've gone over this about Pablo Garcia, Toure of Hoffenheim, and Bahoya of Frankfurt. I mean, could we have got Hugo Ekitike as well as Gyokeres? That could have sorted us left wing low key as well. Is there anything here? No, there's nothing there. So what are you lot saying in the comments, people, man? Questions, talking points, all that stuff. 30 more likes and we have 100 people. What are you lot doing? Come on. Where's the standards? Where's the standards? And as you can see here, this is the video I'm telling you lot about, man. Go hit the like. Do me a favor, people, man. Grow the channel. Smash the like button on this video. And again, it's match day. So obviously, we're going to have a watch along. Big up D as well. I don't know why YouTube does it, but it does tell me in the next stream that you've become a member as well, even though we know you've become a member again. But yeah, man. So yeah, I agree, but neither this is 1995 nor Arteta is anything like Fergie. Plus, Fergie had his fair share of transfers out of the league as well. Talent ID trumps PL experience. Yeah, no, don't get twisted. I'm on finding, bro, buy players from wherever. Because there's players in that squad that have come from La Liga, from the academy, from fellow Premier League clubs. You could buy fellow. We've obviously the players we've got that are Premier League experience, Eze, Rice, they're good. But then I could be a bit silly, and then you start bringing William into this and Cedric into this. So I don't really care where the players are from. But I'm just making a side note in that I do like that kind of approach. Semenyo, for me, I think Semenyo's IQ, I think I think he's ready. I'm not saying he's the only option, but I think he's ready. I'd love Morgan Rogers. There's a lot of players. Like, let's try and exclude the top 6 in it, because we'll take a bag of players from Liverpool, as would they ask. Well, Chelsea, I don't know, man. There's probably only about 2 players. There's good players, but I'm taking no one from your back line. We don't need Joel Hatton, no. I don't Joel Hatton now. I'll take him because I like him, but that's about it. I'll take Levi Colwill, to be fair with you. Reece James by default, but you can't stay fit. We don't need a Love Island Tomiyasu. I'm definitely not taking none of your keepers. That's a myth. Palmer and Caicedo. That's about it. To be fair, João Pedro, when we flog Gabriel Jesus, you can be the younger kind of Jesus. But yeah, let's exclude the top 6 or traditional top 6. So there's a couple of players I would take. Villa got a couple. Bournemouth got a couple. We tried to get Howson from Bournemouth. Crystal Palace. If we weren't stocked at right back, I'd take their right back. I wouldn't be against Mateta with Gyokeres. Obviously, Gurhi. I don't know where you'd play, but just in terms of ability, just get the players, man. Just get the players. Because I actually think we could have got. I think we missed the trick personally. Us not signing Marmoush. I think had we had Eze, Marmoush, Gyokeres, Saka, all the others, I think we'd be lit, man. I'll take Kin and Yildiz over Semenyo. DG, this Premier League proven approach is not meant for every window. I'm not saying for every window. I've never said go into a window only looking for Premier League players or only looking for foreign players. That don't make sense. Kin and Yildiz, I just can't see it happening because Juventus are going to cost charge an arm and a leg. They're trying to get him to sign a new deal. If he wants to sign, if there's a willingness, I did a video on him last year. Bring it, make it happen. Bring me all the Prem proven players. The good ones, though. The good ones. The good ones. Arteta is a control freak. He's unlikely to start with 2 centre forwards. Big up Dex. That game versus Newcastle has been his best so far this season. DG, in all honesty, do we even know what the rules even are in modern football? Can't we just get clarity on the rules and their interpretation? They don't want that. They don't want that, my guy. And I think I speak for every football fan, much less Arsenal fan. Does anyone want to hear what they have to say? We've all played football, not in the Premier League, but when we all play Sunday League, what do they say? Expect the refs to make mistakes. Of course, refs can change games and injustice, but control the controllables. That is what made the Newcastle game much sweeter. We refused to have the bullshit. The refs don't want to change. Look at all the money in the football, in the Premier League. It's the best league ever, best managers, best players, this, that, and the other. Every week we see inconsistent decisions. This week, last week, you do yourself a disservice because you're not giving Gyokeres that penalty. And you didn't give Gabriel Jesus his for Aston Villa, but we've seen him given for less. You're not sending off Nathan Collins when he's made no attempt to play the ball. Arguably, I don't think it was a penalty for Gabriel, but you could argue that's given on another day. I genuinely believe that. Bruno Guimaraes as well. I've stopped looking at that. Some teams, I do think, quote unquote, things even out in that you get some decisions going against you. You'll get some working for you. But then I also feel it feels like some teams get away with stuff more than others. So anything we can't control, I'm trying my best not to stress over it. Because let's be honest, 9 times out of 10, when there has been dodgy refereeing decisions, yes, those things can change the games. If we're honest with ourselves, at a push, there are about 2-minute flashpoints of a 90-minute game. We haven't done everything else. Against Newcastle, we did. Pardon me, in January, we should sign Chris Wood of Nottingham Forest. Nah, we got Gyokeres, man. If you're going to buy a striker, someone a bit different, more of the Isaac and the Hugo Ekitike kind of striker realm, if that makes sense. There's no point having 2 target men. Or they're very similar, Chris Wood and Gyokeres. It don't make sense to me. If we take the lead early tonight, then our backup or younger players will get some game time. Depends on the game state. DG, watching Osimhen play, what a horrible nightmare of a player he is. He had to be in the PL. He does miss good chances, but he has an aura unlike any strikers out there. Aura? I don't know for the aura thing. Because if I was a centre-back, which I'm not, I'm only 5'8", I'd get destroyed by Osimhen and Haaland, but I would be more scared of Haaland. I think Haaland's got more of that aura than him. And I think people were gassing up Osimhen's performance. He scored the penalty, big him up. It's successful, hate along. Should have probably scored or got another assist. Like him though. I think we're signing Semenyo and Odegaard DG. I don't like Odegaard. I think he's a decent player. He is. You know what? To be fair, if we had Odegaard, you have to start him in the final. I don't even know his statistics, but he scored in an abnormal amount of finals. But I don't really feel his thing like that. He's horrible to watch. But if Arteta wants him and you make it work, it is what it is. A young striker is needed most. See, I'm with that. Arteta doesn't manage our squad at all. Kwame, come on. He clearly does. Shabazz like doing part A shifts at right back is slot copying Arteta. But hey, you know what? Why has there not been any talking points about that? No, we can't go light. We don't want to upset like last night. Maybe make changes once the coast is clear. Yeah, if you're 3-4 up, boy, wheel off the rices, etc. I liked Wanyeri's performance against Port Vale. I would start him, but Odegaard has to start certain stuff. I'm not going to lie, I wouldn't start Wanyeri today. I'll back him all the way. But I just want the strongest team to go out there, which I wouldn't include Wanyeri. He needs to be in the squad, though. He needs to get minutes. We should definitely sell Jesus and Havertz. I think we need to keep them for the year at least. It wouldn't surprise me if Jesus goes in Jan. Definitely need to review that in the summer. It would be interesting because, like I said yesterday, Sammy Moltbell did come out and say the club are braced for offers for Havertz. He did come out in the summer and say there's interest in Germany. There will be a couple of unlikely departures, like regulars. That term obviously could be used subjectively. I know Havertz is loved by Mikel Arteta and all these things, but if Eze's doing his thing, Odegaard's doing his thing, you might, especially with the new contracts, Berta might just be looking at it on a cold one and like, you know what, we might be able to get. I know you like Kai Havertz, Mikel Arteta, but I could find the next Kai for significantly less. Saka's just been given a new deal. This one's new deal. We got to worry about PSR and that. We could shave 250 grand off the wage bill. So it'd be interesting because you could make a case of that. Actually, Odegaard, Gabriel Jesus, there's not really a case. You need to be moved on. But it wouldn't surprise me if Gabriel Jesus has a bit of a purple patch. And it's actually sad when Jesus got his last injury because he done well against Crystal Palace away from home. Then obviously it was disappointing to lose to United anyways. He's actually doing a defensive action for the team and then he got hurt. And I actually think he would cook left wing actually at this moment in time. Like Eze, Odegaard, give or take, don't really care which one's out there. Gyokeres through the middle, Jesus left wing, then obviously Saka. I think it'd be a good option. And I don't mind seeing these guys used for at least a year. I haven't given up on Jesus. I haven't given up on anyone, but like, I've got no choice in it. Like, you're injured, bro. Like, you're injured. I want you to get back fit. I do think if you prove your fitness, there's a role for you here for this season, but come on, man. Gyokeres feeds off this game, will be his best performance. Just got a feeling. I hope so, man. You want to see a striker score as many damn goals as you could. We need a young technical 9 like Gabriel Jesus, but one that actually scores. Bit of a unicorn, innit? If you could, apart from the injuries, if you could fuse Jesus and Gyokeres together, we're actually calm. Havertz plus 30 mil Musiala. Bayern are going to laugh at us, man. I think Havertz ends up at Bayern eventually. All right, Bayern, he's better than Wirtz. Give us 100 million. He's a Champions League winner. Company, you owe us as well for that Lokonga shenanigans. Come, let's do this. And I'm not even against Kai Havertz. I think Havertz is... I think there's a role for you here. But I just think the club might look at it and say, boy, you're on serious bread. Because when's his contract run out? At some point, there's got to be... Not anytime soon, but at some point, there's got to be some conversations about Kai with renewals. Like, how long's Kai been in? Like 2 years, isn't it? Is it 2 years? Might even be 3, including this year. When did Kai join us? Time flies. He joined us when Timber did. He joined us in 2023, so 2 years, give or take. Contract. When does your contract expire? 2028. So not anytime soon, but well, probably like at some point next year, at that 12 to 18 months point, but Arteta, you got to be speaking about that. And you know what? Kai is younger than we give him credit for. Like, he's been around for a while. He's 27 next year. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Because you don't need to be in any rush to commit him to new terms. But yeah, Havertz would probably do well at Bayern. Loan out Jesus to build his resale value, just saying. Boy. Havertz is highly rated in Germany. Smash the likes. Let's get to 100 before the end of the stream. Appreciate you. Asi Fati could be a great asset to the team. Another one who just needs to stay fit. Nice to see him playing, let alone like scoring for Monaco as well. Can't wait to start. When the new Football Manager comes out, I'm definitely doing a Monaco save. I might just buy all the fallen wonder kids or everyone who hasn't hit potential. I might buy Verratti for no reason and just have a team like that. I just joined your stream, DG. What new injuries are there? Big up yourself. Els, you got to go back. Doesn't appear that there's anything, in all honesty, though. The headline was a bit misleading. Hinkapi, really. Bayern did want Havertz before he went to Chelsea. That's why I think he'll end up there. Hey, bro. Cool better. Cool the done. Cool the done. If we could fuse any player together, it would be Trossard and Martinelli. Put them two together and you got a Ballon d'Or winner. You know what? Trossard's decision-making with Martinelli's physical assets, it'd be great. It'd be great. It'd actually be great. Or Trossard and Madueke, actually. Or Martinelli and Trossard and Madueke. That's one thing I like about Noni. Like, it's refreshing to just see some good decisions being made on the football pitch. Like, you know when to go out wide. You know when to take your man on. The only thing with Noni is you're in the box a lot, man. Like, and just some goals now. Like, that's the only thing I think you're missing. Just some goals consistently. And even looking at Chelsea yesterday, which was the first, before we big up everyone who was part of my watch along yesterday, before we changed over to watch Liverpool Galatasaray, we was watching Chelsea Benfica. It was horrible. Like, I'm sorry, but and I know there's injuries, but for all the money Chelsea spent, like, What have they really got to show for it? Like, cool, João Pedro's doing his thing. Caicedo, Palmer, they're good. They're attacked. Jamie Kittens can't get off the bench. They got the fake Saka up front. It's actually quite shit. Semenyo is so composed, running with the ball, so composed. This summer, sell Havertz and Jesus by Alvarez. I reckon Julian Alvarez goes Barca, man. Verratti just disappeared off the face of the earth after PSG. When I got his money, man. When I got his money. A young understudy to Gyokeres is very important as far as recruitment goes. We have to go for those who are yet to explode. That is why talent ID is important. Someone in B teams of good clubs. Noni is just like Jesus without the ton of injuries. That man can't score. He's going to have to. That's the one thing you're missing. That is the thing that will take you beyond the obvious to the next level, Noni. Like, just goals and assists. That's what he needs, man. He gets us some goals and assists. We're laughing. Get him some goals and assists, man. But then I also think, yeah, how old is Nani? You can obviously improve it, but like once you start getting to 23, 24, because Wenger always used to say you're kind of arrived as a footballer. Once you're 23, if you're not really a goal scorer like that, when are you gonna be? 24 next year. I got time for Nani though, man. I think you're a big miss with this injury, and it sucks. Beyond the selfish whole Arsenal thing of we need players, rotation, etc. for you, because you came to this club with a lot of noise, quite frankly. You weren't scoring or assisting, but people, quite frankly, most Arsenal fans, whether you wanted them or not, most honest football fans could see what Noni's doing and say, you know what, fair play, you're doing your thing. And you kind of got to start again now, innit? Because you've got a lengthy knee injury. Yeah, it sucks. And it's a World Cup here. It's a shame, man. It's a shame, but boy, hey, injuries happen, innit? It's part and parcel of the game that we know and love. If Noni starts scoring, he'll be talked about a lot. That kid is dope on the ball, but still needs more time. Just grab the goals. Whoever scores the goals that win us the game, I'm easy. Personal bias, I want Gyokeres to start bagging. He's playing well. I hear that. I think he played very well against Newcastle, and I still don't think we create enough. But for me, the Newcastle game was the first one. I was more critical of Gyokeres in front of goal because it's difficult. Obviously, you're still adapting, and I do think one thing I like about Gyokeres is from the Man United game to now, he's got better. Even if it's just a few percentages, he's got better and better and better and better. Bearing in mind, this is essentially his pre-season. I think he had some chances where you're taking one touch too many, you're not getting the shot away. I still think we need to create chances. But again, the bigger clashes or Premier League battles week in, week out. But the bigger clashes, your striker isn't going to get that much joy. Waltmade had less touches than Gyokeres. Obviously, they provided him with something and he took his chance. The same happened with Gyokeres against Forest before we battered them. You saw against United with 3 at the back. You saw against Liverpool. You saw against City. Which is why it's important to have goals all around the team on a consistent basis. Gotta be patient, man. Nah, Jesus was the best player with the ball at his feet in the club. Injury screwed him, and he's not really a good goal scorer. I mean, I would pay good money just once. Jesus and Eze together. Gyokeres, just get on the final ball of everything. Don't get involved in what they're doing. Arteta, you could force Odegaard and whoever, just them three. Who knows? I rated Noni before he signed for us. This fan base needs to evaluate players better. I didn't want Noni. I didn't think we should buy him. I didn't see how I still don't see. I just don't think you're a level raiser. You raised the squad. You're a floor raiser. But I did say, and you was here, Raz, I didn't get the whole like overreaction. Like I understand, like I said, for reasons what I was questioning the signing, buying players from Chelsea. Them times there, Gyokeres wasn't through the door. Eze wasn't through the door. Obviously, if you brought them two in before Madueke, people might look at it from the start how they're looking at it probably now. But I felt there was too much. Like, he's not dead. Like, if he was... William, I understood it. Because the William we were getting, you could see that was rubbed. I could get it. He's not dead. Unproven potential and all of that stuff. He's all right. On that, it's more on Arteta. Why? Or Arsenal. Why did you buy him? Why are you going for unproven this? And all the whole petitions and all this jazz, it's fair to say there's egg on faces. Just shows how fickle football is, I guess. Big ups to it, man. Luis Enrique to United. I hope not. But it feels like Amarin's days is numbered. Jesus is been done, and should have been sold the moment he returned from injury last season. We like keeping players that offer us no major impact or improvement. Hey. Don't forget Bayern Munich, a few years ago with Jesus. Don't sleep on Jesus in the World Cup year. Noni is better than any Chelsea wingers. Run that agenda, run that. F Newcastle, the team specifically, lovely city and people. Never been. With this, well, no, I have. I'm capping. I've been to St. James's Park. I don't know why I said that. With this run of games, he can start scoring more. He's becoming more comfortable game by game. The only thing that was missing from Gyokeres' performance against Newcastle was the goal. Yeah. And it's a shame because there's going to be games where Gyokeres, well, any footballer, you might not play that well, but you score. Or you play good and you don't score. And I think that's obviously been the case with Noni. It's definitely been the case with Gyokeres. Like, you can always, I would say, I thought just YouTubers done it, but like the pundits, like John Obi Mikel, like, you know when you can tell someone ain't watched the game, like you did not watch Arsenal Newcastle because the players you're criticizing and the questions you're asking, like I even saw in some fan reactions, people are saying we only created for 30 minutes and they were actually downplaying that. You don't have to believe in the manager, you don't have to believe in the players, you don't have to believe in the club. And I understand we all see things differently, but be a bit honest. Or what the hell were you lot watching? Because one thing that would have annoyed me, I can only talk for myself with the Newcastle game. Evidently, I would have been disappointed with the VAR thing. Everyone would have said Arsenal's moaning, you have to control controllables, all of that stuff, but that's neither here nor there. Had we have lost, I've been frustrated with VAR. I personally would have been frustrated with the goal we conceded against Newcastle. You'd have to think about mainly, I would say, the first 15, 20, half an hour where Trossard, Eze, a number of and just throughout the game, we had a number of chances from open play from central areas, putting together some good moves that we didn't exploit. But had we have lost 1-0, I would have said you're unlucky, Arteta, if I'm completely honest with you. Because I think you coached a good win. But you see that performance? That has to be the minimum. I know you can't always overcome the referees moving mad and whatnot, but we didn't. The ref, you can do what you want. The controllables, we controlled it. The manager, you picked the right team. Subs came on when they needed to. Every player that played any part stood up to be counted. Pope's playing a blinder. Couple of, on reflection, couple of chances. We definitely could have done better. Like Eze, the first chance for me. Second one's unlucky. The first chance. Trossard, you hit the post, but could we have back there? Timber, I know you're right back. And I'm mainly just saying this because it was like Zubimendi deserved an assist for that, man. So yeah, man. Come on, DG. We get 6 goals, the most out of a player that should be our number 9. That's grossly underperforming. I agree with you. Who's looking at Gabriel Jesus to grab goals? It's not me that's looking at Gabriel Jesus to grab goals. And I've been very consistent. If anybody cares, go and look at the video I put out. Welcome to Arsenal, Gabriel Jesus. Everything I'm saying there played out. Thoughts on Arsenal signing players in January? Who do you want? I'd love Semenyo. Love Rodrigo. Cliche, but difficult time to do business and all of that jazz. Obviously, we're just coming off the back of big spending in the summer. Maybe a young player. If there's some market opportunities in that, we probably just have to sit on our hands until the end of the season. If I'm honest, what we've got is what we got. I agree, Jesus needs to be moved on, but we know what will happen. He'll be offloaded for nothing, and the part of the fan base who just wants to bin guys will lap it up. Newcastle was a good road trip. I might do that this weekend for no reason. Sometimes it's good to get away. I hear it. They got 24-hour Gregs. For now, Odegaard, Eze, Saka, Ethan need to assist Gyokeres. Newcastle fans start to pee me off, I'm not going to lie. The social media fans, man. That's why they needed this humbling summer. DG, chill on Gyokeres. Chill on Gyokeres starting to bond with his team. Even if he's not scoring, he's causing defenders to have to watch him, and it's leaving space for others to score. And that's what you got to do as a striker. DG, Henry said we should have got Alvarez. Happy with Gyokeres, he'll bag, but I want us to scout a future striker. Julian Alvarez would have been amazing, man. Do you think we missed a trick not re-signing Xhaka? No. Quality player, Xhaka, but like you're not a world-class midfield general. Like it's mainly of probably what we've done. We've tried to put Rice there, the Mikel Merino and Kai Havertz experiment. Like, no. Nah, not for me. Big up Xhaka. I didn't want him to leave. When we run in this 5-a-side game, DG, that would be fun. You lot are not on playing until winter's done, man. Bunch of frauds. To be fair, we should have lined up over the summer. I'm on it when you lot on it. We need 10 players. 9. Because I'm defo playing. 10. I need to get content. I want to be on the bench. And then, you know, there's a cutscene of me getting subbed on. I'm on that. Man, I'm moving like Madueke, Marquinhos, relax. Because some people, you know what it is with life here? One thing I hate about football content and pundits, I always say this. It's okay to say, I don't know, and I was wrong. Some people never want, like you cannot, but you're allowed to believe Arteta's not the guy. But some people would rather Arsenal not win anything just to say, look, I told you so. Well, this player is shit, so let's not succeed. Everyone wants to be proven wrong. And this is why, as a fan base, yeah, or football fans, we need to find that middle ground. We need to find our tribe people of people like us. We can have a laugh, we can have a joke, we can air our frustrations, we can F and blind, but then after that, we reason. But unfortunately, everything in football is white and black. Because sometimes I've seen us win playing shit and lose playing well, and draw when we deserve a bit more or less. I'm sure you don't have as well. Unfortunately, that don't it is what it is. Like it literally is where it is, man. Madueke and Havertz will be back in November. Jesus in December. We can only get stronger. Boy, Jesus, boy, I don't know, man. I don't know. Madueke, I expect you and Havertz to be ahead of schedule. I just think you two, I've got no evidence of this. I just think you two are the guys you're probably always pushing. 10 more likes, people. Come on. Isn't it? What did Arteta do on the bench against Newcastle? 10 more likes. Didn't he do that? Or was it that? You know what I'm talking about. He done that. Boys. Let me go and talk to my set piece coach. Let me go and talk to raise it. Come on, chair. Come on. I'm looking at VAR at the moment. And don't forget, the good times are still rolling, people, because we will be here tonight. So if you drink, make sure you got a cold beer or whatever. Make sure you've had your food. Make sure you got your TV patterned. So it's funny, you know, like, I find it weird. The vast majority of you lot watch me on your mobile phone, innit? That's what YouTube tells me. I always find it weird. I don't really watch content on my phone like that. Obviously, when I'm out and about, I'm in the gym or just before I brush my teeth. Well, when I brush my teeth and I'm going to bed, I might slap on like a motivational thing in that. But I find it weird that you lot just genuinely hold your phone like that and watch. I know a lot of you watch it. I think TV second. A lot of you actually don't watch content like myself, like just on a laptop. Like, so it's always good. Now we're trying to learn the analytical side of stuff. I've started to bear that in mind with thumbnails as well. That's why I try not to have bare writing, because obviously if you're on your phone, some of you ain't got good eyesight, you got glasses in that. Yeah, I'm always working when you're live, so I'm on my mobile. It's always good to hear, man. Appreciate the 9-to-5ers. Big up my mods, man. This is why I like my community. Look at my mods. I'm assembly. Berta's got nothing on me, I can't lie. You don't resign your ex, no need to resign Xhaka. Tell them again, you don't need to read the same book twice. If you're running around a forest and you see the same tree, you're lost, bro. You're absolutely lost. Gab Jesus on the wing could mash work. You still need to score, but you take the burden off him. I'm just on run. He still needs to leave. If you get an offer that you can't turn down in January, likewise, I understand if Arteta has a conversation with him or Berta says, listen, clubs are saying they want him on loan. Let's get some P's in on loan or whatever. Or someone might want him permanently, or Arteta sits there and for whatever reason he's not in his plans. I struggle to believe that, because it wasn't. I don't think it was Newcastle. I don't think it was Man City. But there's definitely been a game, yeah, where they asked Arteta a question and he's like, "Oh, we ain't got key players. There's no Havertz. There's no Jesus." Now maybe I'm exaggerating, but he said key players, and I know for a fact. I don't know for a fact. I don't know Arteta. Genuinely, if we're in a Champions League semi-final or final, bro, you're going to leverage Gabriel Jesus in some way. I'm just on running, utilizing. There's a couple of players I wouldn't be against letting go. But I've maintained this with Trossard, I've maintained this with Havertz, I've maintained this with Martinelli and Jesus. I think for this year, in some capacity, you might play one game, you might play 10, you might play all 38. There's little bits and pieces we could do. You're all tools as part of a toolbox that can help us. Like, we finally got bodies. When did we, as Arsenal fans, think we're going to sit there and say, yo, like it's not that we're not stressing about these injuries, but the injury crisis kicked off start of the season. We've been okay at this moment in time. Hopefully it's not furtherly tested. And then when everybody's fit, who the hell's on the bench? Even when nobody's fit, not everyone's fit, who the hell's on the bench? And someone's always got to miss out. Miles Lewis-Skelly could miss out when Hincapié's there. Equally, Calafiori might miss out with these guys. Ranieri obviously missed out because you've got Marino, who's seen there. Odegaard, the captain's back. Eze's obviously starting. So let's just make it count. Like, we finally got a squad we could do a thing. And I think when you look through our squad, I don't think every player is amazing, but they're not dead. Like, they're not dead. You're not seeing Mustafi's and post-injury Bellerin and Joel Campbell. He didn't deserve that. Joel Campbell, there's definitely been worse players than you. But to paint a picture, don't let it be in vain, man, is my thing. I got the YouTube screen minimized in the top corner, to be fair, mainly so I can use other apps while listening to football content. Appreciate you. I'm in the office listening. Reese, big up you, man. I think you made a comment like when the intro's on, you bust a little dance. Shit like that makes me laugh, man. Appreciate you lot. Big up you lot, man. Mateta's doing his thing, man. But unfortunately, Mateta, bro, what is that in today's day and age? That's like 70 million. It's a madness. And you have to pay it. And I think it's fair value, if I'm completely honest. Because if I'm Palace, they bought Gyokeres, being disingenuous, of course, but they bought Gyokeres from the Portuguese league for how much? 50, 60. Sesko scored 13 league goals for Leipzig. They bought him for how much? Mateta, been mashing work in the Premier League. You've seen what he's on. You're within your rights to get that bread. With Havertz coming back, could we see something like what Company did last night with Kane and Jackson starting? Arteta's got to be full of surprises, but I think you're more likely to see that in-game if we're chasing a game or whatever dynamics. I don't think we'll see that start, if I'm honest. DG, what do you think of Arsenal's media content on like YouTube and Facebook? Don't really pre-Facebook. Are you talking about Arsenal's official one? I don't really watch Arsenal's official media platform. I watch Frimpong stuff. I watch the behind the scenes when there's transfers. I do watch the training videos. But other than that, like, I'm not watching the whole Gesaguna and all of that. Like, I find a lot of football content boring. Usually watch during my lunch, so I use my phone. Otherwise, I'll pull up the stream on an iPad or laptop. My guy, nice to know. Thanks for the market research. Currently on vacation in Jamaica, listening to you with my pops. He really rates your content. I big up your dad, man. Big him up. Oh, I'm in Jamaica. Look at you. Oh, I'm jealous. Say, let me know. You shouldn't be jealous. I'm jealous still. Sitting there in Edmonton, mate. But big up your pops, man. Big up yourself as well, man. Deluded, are you doing a show with Kenny and D? I think you mean DJB and Kenny Ken. You know what? I was about to say you picked the wrong day, but you're actually here because it is a Wednesday. And typically in an hour and 15 minutes, I'd have them on. Unfortunately, Arsenal are playing Olympiacos today, so there is no show. But there's a twist. We did a show on Monday. Go on my channel. It's there somewhere. It should be there. Like, it's in the title. So yeah, big them up. They even gave Mikel Arteta praise. I'm vexed, man. I'm vexed, man. The man's in Jamaica. I'm in Jamaica. I'm on the veranda. I'm jealous still. I'm jealous. I need to go back, man. I need to go back. But on that note, though, people, I want you to have time to breathe. The good news is I did do a tactical analysis video. Please go watch that. I want to hear some thoughts that you lot have. As you can see here, people, 7 p.m., 4 hours from now, or whatever time it is in Jamaica, Mr. I'm on holiday for him. So yeah, people. Yeah. So yeah, check that out and I'll see you. Before we get out of here, I haven't been Jamaica in 15 years now. That's dead. I'm flying out. Christmas, the sun would do me good. Go over there. 15 years. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm never going to do that. But yeah, people, man. Big up you lot. Happy new month as well. Smash the like button and all that stuff. Subscribe if you're new. One love, man.